Why it took so long? We call it Finsta or fake Instagram, but somehow the fake one is where we cry, vent, poke ugly selfies, and actually talk to our friends. So, what does that make the real one? Before we answer that, we need to talk about what authenticity actually means on social media, because most of the thing, authentic means raw, unfiltered, no editing, just the real me. So even being authentic can be a performance. Think about it, you don't talk to your lecturer the same way you talk to your best friend. That is not fake, that's just human. Government call it self-presentation. We perform different versions of ourselves depending on who's watching. Social media doesn't invent that, it just put it on the screen. And here's the thing about putting it on the screen, suddenly performance has an audience of 100, sometimes 1,000. People you know, people you don't, people you completely forgotten about it, are watching the same version of you. So, why does your main Instagram feel so suffocating? Look at your followers. Your mom might be there, your high school teacher, someone you met once at the party in 2020, maybe even a future employer. They are in the same space, watching the same account, but expecting completely different things from you. That's called context collapse, when different audiences get flattened into one, and when everyone is watching you, you can't be every version of yourself at once. So you become the safety version, carefully edited, perfectly lit, strategically captioned. I've done this before. I had a photo I actually like, but it didn't match my fit. The color was off, the vibe was different, it just didn't fit the version of me I had beyond the account. So I didn't post it. Not because it was a bad photo, it just didn't belong there. I sent it to close friends instead. I didn't think of it as a theory at the time, I just didn't post it. This is why Finsta makes sense, not necessarily to deceive anyone, but to manage context collapse. When the Finsta is limited to close friends, people who already have context, you are not performing for strangers, teachers, employers, and random people all at once. You are performing for people who already know you. Government would call this front stage and backstage. Your main account is more like front stage, the police version for a bigger audience. Your Finsta feels closer to backstage, where the script is looser, but it's still a script. Think of it this way, the difference is just the size of the theater. On your main account, you are performing for a stadium. On your Finsta, you are performing for a living room. Same person, different room, different script. Dan George found that teenagers often describe their Finsta as more real than their main account, but not because it had no filter, because they choose who got to see it. So the Finsta isn't real because it has no filter, it feels real because the audience is controlled. But even your Finsta isn't outside performance completely. The moment you choose what to post, who can follow you, and how to frame the post, you are still performing, just in a different space for a different audience. And I think that's actually kind of reassuring. Does this mean you are not uniquely fake or uniquely performing? Everyone is. The question is just whether you are aware of it. That is the online authenticity paradox. We want to be real online, but the condition of the social media make that difficult. Not because we are all fake, but because authenticity was never simple in the first place. So which one is the real you? Maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the better question is, are you consciously choosing what part of yourself you share, and with whom? Because authenticity online was never about being completely unfiltered, maybe it was always about choosing intentionally. And once you realize that, you might be a little more honest about what you're actually doing every time you open that app.